What's up? Hello. Hello. I'm live. How is everybody? Where are my comments? There they are. So, hello, Angela. Welcome. Welcome. I am so excited to give you all the updates. You already know the updates, but I am excited to give them to you anyway. Welcome, everyone, back to Casey Ezel Writer Life. I have shamefully neglected this channel. And so I figured, why not do an impromptu live and just kind of see who shows up, and it'll be available on the replay. So when people want to see and be like, what the heck has she been up to? You can click on this video. So hello. First of all, behold my new office. Isn't it lovely? Please ignore the book boxes in the corner over there. With my new fabulous background, my shelfie. So other than those boxes, which will be going away as soon as I have a better transportation solution for, taking books to and from conventions. This is my office. So over the last year, back in April, we had a friend staying with us for a while. So I actually moved my office out of this room and moved it into like a little alcove in my bedroom. So if you've been on my TikTok and you saw like my smaller little situation that I had going on there, that was that office. And it was great. Like, it was a great solution. One of the things that I realized I really loved about it was like having the window to the side, but also like having, the shelves behind me, which I mean, obviously everybody knows shelves behind you is attractive and it's aesthetic and, it fits the vibe and stuff like that. But I realized how much I really liked it. So when I moved back into this room, I kind of rearranged things. So the wall of art that you guys used to see on my old background is now in front of me. So I'm sorry that you don't get to enjoy it, but I do. So, that's great. And you guys get to check out all my pretty books and all my like super cluttered tchotchkes that I have on there, but that I just can't in my heart bear to get rid of. So here we are. But yes. Let's see. I think, we have 6 people here. So if you are watching, say hello in the comments so that I can call you guys out, not call you out. That sounds mean. So that I can say hello properly and greet you. What are we going to talk about? We are going to talk about what I've been writing, what I've been reading, some of my favorites, and I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the marketing things that I've been doing for my books and with my friends and stuff like that. Because really, 2025 isn't over yet, but so hello, Travis. Welcome. So 2025 isn't over yet, but if I had to say, like, if I had to pick a theme for this year, it would be really like learning about, best practices for marketing and really going, I'm trying to keep my language clean. It's very difficult for an aircrew girly like myself, but really going all out with a marketing push with the Feral for Fantasy with my good friends Melissa Olthoff and Marisa Wolf, and then also with Wen Spencer and AC Haskins this summer, for Bain. It was such a fun process to go through, to do like all this joint marketing together. Learned a lot. I think we got a lot of really good, I hate to use the word exposure because it's kind of has a negative connotation, because people are always like, oh, well, people die from exposure, but I mean, as an artist, as a creative, you actually do need to have people exposed to your work. You just, can't eat on exposure. So there has to be a balance, right? Like, yeah, you have to get paid for your work, but also, in order to get paid for your work, people have to be exposed to your work. So, so that was kind of a win, right? Is more people learning our names, more people learning about what we do, the kind of stories we like, the who our audience is, the building up of our communities separately and together and stuff. So that was all really, really great and a lot of fun to do. So like I said, big theme this year with the marketing, and going to continue to take those lessons into 2026. I didn't really mean for this to be like a year end type situation, but it might kind of turn out that way. So, here we go. Okay, but let's talk about what I've been writing right now. Again, if I had to pick one word as a theme for what I've been writing, it would be sequels. I am writing all the sequels. So I have a stack. I'm going to do this is like what they do on Book Talk, right? Like, here are the books. Obviously, these books are already written. So these are like previous books in the series that I'm continuing. So we'll just start from the top and work our way down. This is Companion to Ghosts. Co-wrote this with David Shadoy and Casey Ezel. Yeah, I'm Casey Ezel. I wrote it with David Shadoy. Okay, you guys got the idea. This is a 4HU book written in the Four Horsemen universe that was founded by Mark Wandry and Chris Kennedy. And this actually came out May of 24. Yes, May of 24. This is one of the Depic companion novels within that larger shared world universe. So it's the story of a kind of broken down merc who finds himself in a position to become a companion to one of the young Depic that have grown up. And this, it's funny because it's in a Mill Sci-Fi series, but it's really more of like a noir detective novel. With Mill Sci-Fi trappings, right? However, we really enjoyed, Shady and I really enjoyed writing this together. It was a lot of fun. Shady is super talented. Hello, Bright Asteria. Hello, Sarah. Welcome. Stay tuned. I won't tell you why. Anyway, we are the book that we are currently working on right now. Shady is writing the majority of it, but he will be joined by me and also Kevin Eichenberry, another core author in the 4HU series, for a book that will see the return of Devlin Morrison and his companion Skakun as part of the kind of closeout final series of the Four Horsemen universe. So it won't be the last series, but it's the closeout series for the arc that has been going ever since the first book, which was Cartwright's Cavaliers. So we are so close to the end on that, you guys. And so we should have that turned in very soon. And you guys can look for that in a couple of months. And I don't believe we've revealed the title yet. Oh, there goes my light. That's exciting. I don't believe we've revealed the title yet. So I will keep that one for a surprise. But there we go. So that's the first sequel that I'm working on. Also, last year, beginning of the year, came out with Shadow Card Guardian, which is my lit RPG deck builder that was a spinoff of John Stovall's Demon Card Enforcer series, which is excellent. And you should definitely go check it out if you are into gaming, urban fantasy, if you're into collectible card games. Yeah, highly recommended. So this book I describe it as if Sarah Connor had to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic the Gathering in order to take care of her kid. That would be Shadow Card Guardian. This one came out April of last year. No, this year of 25, this past April. It was self-published. It was my first experiment in self-publishing. So that was really fun. Learned a lot. I am currently about 50,000 words into the sequel. It is sort of on hold right now, but I will be finishing it end of the year, January timeframe. And it's in progress. It's kind of like, because it's self-publishing, it's on my own timeline and I don't really have a deadline. So like, this is the thing that I work on when my projects with deadlines and contracts are when I can't move forward on those. So there we go. Mage Light. Mage Light was my big fantasy dream project. This came out in May. The sequel is called Blood on the Sand. I have the cover art for it. It is turned in. The book is turned in. The copy edits are turned in. The sequel is coming out April 4th. it is coming out in April of 2026. So, Leah, if you're in the comments, you know the date, feel free to throw that in the chat. But so that means book 3 is next. So yes, thank you, Leah. I'm so glad you like it. So my plan is to get started on book 3, get started drafting book 3 in February of 26, but I am currently doing the plotting and outlining process. And actually the other night I was watching Sarah Cannon, who is in the chat, my good friend. April 7th, 2026 will be Blood on the Sand, will be available in hardcover and ebook. But yeah, I was watching Sarah's Twitch stream where she was streaming Silent Hill, which, you guys, I don't love horror games, but I love Sarah. So I was like, this was me watching Sarah play this horror game. I was like, oh my gosh. Was it like a jump scare would happen and I would jump, and my cat, who sits right over here, was like, look at me like, what the hell? So, but the things I do for my friends. So no, it was really fun. It was a lot of fun to hang out. Sarah has a phenomenal community, and they're just great people. And so anyway, during that live stream, she said something, and or one of the community members said something, and it kind of made something click in my head. And so I started a technique. I was journaling actually in this book right here, which is my series notebook for the Mage Light series. And I started journaling about what the villain is doing during all the various books. And that made the entire plot of book 3, which I had sort of been piecing together, it kind of made it click. And so now I'm in a position where I can actually build a coherent outline and really be ready to go come 1 February. So I'm very excited about that. But first, this is the primary project that I am working on right now. Not this book, obviously, this one's published, but it will be the 3rd book in the Romanov Reign series that I am writing with Tom Kratman and Justin Watson. Again, I don't believe we've revealed the title yet, so I won't do that. But this is our alternate history series that postulates what happens if some of the Romanov children survive the Russian Revolution to unite the anti-Bolshevist factions in the Russian Civil War. And in case you didn't know, we were super honored to have this book, 1919, The Romanov Rising, be nominated for, or was a finalist for the Dragon Award in alternate history. We didn't win, but even just being selected as a finalist is a huge honor. So, so really motivating, right, to go ahead and write the sequel and continue that story. That's been a lot of fun. As with this volume, my part of the story centers around the Empress Tatiana and her sisters, the Grand Duchesses, and Quentin Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt's youngest son, who was a World War I aviator. He was killed in World War I in our timeline, in the real timeline, but in our timeline, he survives too. And so, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I love working with Tom and Justin. They're phenomenal collaborators, co-authors, and just really, really good friends. A little rough around the edges, but whomst amongst us is not, right? So that's really what I've been writing, right? All the sequels. So here we go. Here's the look, right? And it's been really fun. So it kind of looks, in my head, it kind of looks like this. Shady is on it with the companion novel, the 4HU novel. So we are gonna finish that one very soon and turn it in very soon. Justin and I have been talking almost daily, and Tom as well, almost daily. So I have probably 10 or 11ish more scenes to write on Romanov before my storyline is complete. And so I think that will take me through the end of November, because I do have some travel and stuff going up, and possibly into December, but we'll see. Once that's done, then I will go back to Shadow Card Guardian and hopefully get the sequel finished. Once I get the sequel finished, then I will start posting it on Railroad while I prepare the actual novel for publication. And then it'll come out sometime in 26. And then 1 February, everything stops and I work on book 3 in the Mage Light series. So exciting, right? But the other thing that I was going to talk about is what are some of like my favorite things that I've been reading. Most of these came out this year. One of them did not, but I recently picked it up again because I mentioned it on a Feral Ladies podcast and was like, oh, I want to read that again. So here we are. And that is this book. This is The Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw by Sarah Cannon, who, like I said, is here in the chat. Everybody say hi, Sarah. This is a new adult mystery with some supernatural elements. But my favorite thing about it is that it is an unreliable narrator story, which I love. So the tagline for this one is everybody had a reason to want Vanessa gone, including me. So yeah, it's so good. So this one is available now. It came out last year. It's been out for a year. It is available in paperback and ebook. And I think eventually we're looking at an audiobook. I don't know, Sarah, you can confirm or deny, but highly, highly recommend this one. I don't know if you're like me, but around this time of year when weather gets cold, and I kind of talked about this on one of our recent Feral Ladies, I love to cuddle up with a book, right? I don't really like to read horror novels. That's not my jam. But what I do like to read are mystery novels. And this one scratches that itch in a big way. So yes, Sarah says maybe on the ebook. We'll see. Okay, stay tuned, right? So, or not ebook, the audiobook. But yeah, phenomenal book. Highly recommended. If you like a little spooky, if you liked like the Pretty Little Liars, or what was that book series that had just, like secrets, right? Like if you like books with secrets, with unreliable narrators, with, mysteries woven through, flashbacks, all this kind of stuff. Really, really good. So anyway, there's that one. Just finished rereading that. I did not finish rereading this one. I finished reading the sequel, which just came out earlier this month, but I don't have a hard copy of it. But this is Words of Power. It's the first book in Shami Stovall's progression fantasy series. It is, it's got a lot of like Asian inspiration, and it's so good, you guys. The tagline on the back is "Power is not given, it's taken. He will prove even the lowest can rise to challenge gods." So this one, Shami does self-publish, but this one came out through Athon Books. So I think you can buy it directly from Athon's website, but it is also available on Amazon. So I had this one in ebook. And then when I went to Lit RPG Con, I was there with Shami and her husband, because we're friends, we all hang out. And she was doing a signing, and I was like, you know what? I want a signed book. So I went and bought one and opened it to have her sign it. And it was already signed. And she was like, well, hang on. So let me show you guys what she did. She drew, I don't know if you can see this, but she drew like a mustache on the little character. So that's her sense of humor. She's great. I love her. And big congrats to Shami and John on the birth of their son, which happened beginning of the month. Yeah. So yeah, big congrats to them. Okay. This is not going to be a surprise if you've been paying attention, but these are also two of my favorites that I've read recently. This is A Plague of Magic by my bestie, Marisa Wolf. This is classic low fantasy, right? Seema is right here. Seema's a thief. She and her gang of thieves she lives with a gang of thieves, and they are scavenging when she comes upon this gorgeous, untold wealth treasure. And they think they've got it made. Unfortunately for them, the treasure is cursed, and real bad things start happening real fast. So good, you guys. If you liked Arcane, if you liked the Jimmy the Hand character in Raymond Feist's Magician series, you're gonna love this book, right? This is the original narrative closes out. It comes to a conclusion, but there's definitely room for a sequel, and I think Marisa definitely has plans for a sequel. So she's like in all Honorverse all the time right now, but I can't wait for her to get back to this, because it's like the fantasy that I grew up with, right? It's the fantasy that it's like I said, it's A Darkness at Sethanon, it's Silverthorn, it's it's incredible. Highly recommended. The Belgariad series, although this is a little darker than the Belgariad and the Malloreon, but it has a lot of those same vibes, right? So yeah, highly recommended. If you haven't checked it out, go do so. It's available in paperback and ebook. You can get it on Bane's website. You can also get it on Amazon or anywhere books are sold. And if they don't have it, ask them to order it, please. And thank you. That's a huge help when you guys do that, by the way, because it lets the local bookstores know that there is an audience for our books wherever you happen to be. So that's a varsity move, right? Yeah, for sure. We definitely need to know what happens next for SEMA. Absolutely. I just remembered that I can click on the comments and show them to you guys. So that's shows you how long I've been without being live. When we do Feral Ladies, Marisa does all that. So yeah, I'm getting it back, you guys. All right. Finally, Rise from Ruin by Melissa Olthoff. Okay, so here's the deal. I patterned my entire life after the Dragon Riders of Pern, right? I became a pilot because I wanted to ride a dragon. I started writing science fiction and fantasy because I loved Anne McCaffrey's science fiction and fantasy. So many things in my life have come from my connection to like this concept of being bonded to this enormous, powerful creature that, unconditionally loves me. You get that same charge, that same dynamic in Rise from Ruin by Melissa Olthoff. This book is going to inspire the next generation of aviators, right? And I've said all of that before. None of that is a surprise if you've seen any of my content. But what I did want to share with you is I just recently, for Halloween, I took my 12-year-old kiddo. She and I went on a road trip down to Virginia, where we have some family, and to celebrate Halloween. And we listened to the audiobook performed by Nora Safyan the whole way down. And you guys, my kid was entranced, absolutely entranced. Now, small disclaimer, right? This is a war story. There are character deaths. There is some, explicit violence on the page. So it was cool for my 12-year-old, but your mileage, your kids are definitely going to vary. So, check it out yourself first, but this is definitely something that is, completely appropriate for my 12-year-old. Again, your mileage may vary, but she loved it. She absolutely loved it. She was inspired to think about like what would happen to this, some of the side characters that were mentioned. She started like basically doing fan fiction in her head, which is great. Like it's phenomenal for her development as just a human and a creative person. And it was so good. Highly recommended. If you're an audiobook person at all, if you like that kind of thing, Rise from Ruin in audiobook. It was produced by Podium Audio. It's available on Audible. And there's links on the Amazon page. And I think Bane has links on their buy page too. So good. Also, the sequel's turned in, and I've read it because I'm lucky. I'm a lucky bitch. So the sequel is even better. So anyway, that too will come out summer. I don't think a specific date has been set yet, but that one is on the schedule for summer of 2026. So we get to see more of Harpy, more of Felix, more of the three idiots, and yeah, it's just can't wait. Cannot wait. So next year is going to be a big year for a lot of books. Let me tell you about some of the things that I am excited about. And unfortunately, I don't have cool hardware to show you. But one of the things that I am so excited about and cannot wait for is Sarah, who is currently working on a serial called A Mirror of Shadows. It's drafted. She is currently reading it for free over on her Sarah Cannon YouTube channel here on YouTube. And I think it's on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, I believe 4:00, but check her schedule. It's all posted there. And you read it. She's reading it chapter by chapter, and we have the best time listening to it. So I have listened to every episode so far. If I can't make them live, then 4 Eastern. Thank you, Sarah. If I can't make them live, I always catch the replay. But you guys, Holy smokes. If you liked, I don't want to, if you liked everything that I liked about the Hunger Games, I love in Sarah's book, right? Like the things that I liked about the Hunger Games, there were things I didn't like, but the things that I really liked about the Hunger Games, I really liked them. And Sarah has a lot of those elements, right? So you have a protagonist who has mysterious powers that she does not know about. You have logical progression. She's not instantly good at everything. She has to grow. You have a hot guy, right? I mean, I am who I am, peeps. So you have a hot guy. You have team dynamics. You have gladiatorial contests, style contests and trials. You've got mysterious villains with, mysterious motivations. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, yeah, it's so good. If you are just hanging out on a Saturday and you tuned in because you don't have, you're just like, I'm just watching YouTube. After this live stream, go directly over to Sarah's channel and start with episode 1 of A Mirror of Shadows and just binge them up. We're up through episode 9 and she read it yesterday and it blew my mind. It was so good. So, all right, my hot guy's leaving, but yes. So anyway, back to what I originally started talking about is once those episodes have been read, Sarah's going to publish the book. And I can't wait because she has said, like, she's reading basically what amounts to not like the raw rough draft, but like a slightly more polished rough draft, I guess. But she has said, like, there's going to be extra connective tissue that she's going to end up including in the final published version. So I'm super excited about that. I think it's a brilliant concept. I love I serialized Shadow Card Guardian on Royal Road when I first wrote it, and it was such a fun experience. I love how Sarah's doing it. Her community is great. Like, it's really fun to be in the live chat with everybody, like cheering for things and basically talking back to the characters. So highly recommend that. But yeah, I'm super excited in 26 for A Mirror of Shadows to come out and the sequels. The second book, she calls it ATOT. I know what that means, but she hasn't publicly revealed the title yet. So I'm super excited for the whole series of, so I think she said it's 5 or 6. I don't know if you want to confirm or deny that, Sarah, or just ignore that I said it. But at the end of the day, the series is going to be called, or is called, The Shadow Games. So it's same kind of deal. She's going to write the draft, read the draft in serialized format, and then compile it, publish it, and then the books will come out. So really, really good. I'm very excited about that for 26. Let's see what else. Also in 26, obviously, I can't wait for you guys to read, should be 5. Should be 5. So 28 will be when the entire series is done. Is that what we're saying, Sarah? Which makes sense, right? Because it takes a while. But yeah, so much fun. And just the experience of listening to it here on YouTube, being part of the community has been just so much fun. So hats off to you for, like, trying something new, doing it your way. So I've got like Sinatra singing in my head now. Sarah says, Sarah, welcome to the family. Yes. This is how we are. The other thing I would be remiss if I didn't mention that she's got a longer series that 11 books are out. We're waiting on the 12th. It's in the same world as the Shadow Games. But the Shadow Games, she has to do the Shadow Games first in order to set everything up for book 12, which will be the culmination of her entire Shadow Demons series. So, if you really like to dig into a fantasy world, you should definitely go check it out. I think the first 3 books are free. The first book's called Beautiful Demons. I know that one, and I know that one's free too. So yeah, go check it out. Sarah, if you want to drop a link in the chat, please feel free. Okay, enough fangirling over Sarah. The other thing that I'm super excited about in 26 6 is Shammy Stovall, once again, who this past year basically has just leapt onto my auto buy list. Like if there's a book that comes out with Shammy's name on it, it's like, okay, cool, auto buy, pre-order, done. And I have never been disappointed by anything of hers that I've read. She recently announced that she has a Bane series coming out. And that's a big deal. I'm super excited about that. I don't know when it's going to be on the schedule, but I'm hoping Shammy, besides being a brilliant author, is also a kind of a brilliant marketer. So I'm really hoping to like rope her into like, hello, Shammy, please come and do, you know, whatever the next iteration or evolution of Feral for Fantasy next year. Please come and do this with us, you know, because she does. She's great. She's got a very engaged community of fans who, you know, just like you guys, right? Like, but yeah, so we love that. And I can't wait to read about her, what she called them, ninja assassins. I mean, come on, right? Ninja assassins? Are you kidding me? Of course I'm going to read about that. That sounds amazing, and I can't wait. I'm also really excited for, I can't wait for you guys to read Blood on the Sand. I think you're going to really like it. It's, I was not prepared to bring up the cover art because I, you know, have not done a live in a while, and I'm just sort of off the cuff. But if you saw the cover art at Dragon Con or you know, anywhere that I've been recently, it's same artist, Sam Kennedy, as did Mage Light. So, and fun fact, believe it or not, also Romanoff. So this is the same artist, you guys. Sam Kennedy, freaking genius, man. He's brilliant. But yes, so excited for that. I hope you guys enjoy it. I think you really will. I dig a little deeper in Blood on the Sand. I dig a little deeper into the like fantasy adventure aspect of it, and we get to go back and really explore one of the three dudes backstory. So if you've read Mage Light, the title Blood on the Sand is a big clue as to which of the guys it is. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to write, and I can't wait to see what you guys think, because I think you're going to really like it. I'm obviously super excited for the sequel to Rise from Ruin. Which again, I know the title. I don't think it's been announced yet, so I will keep my mouth shut. But whew, man, Melissa does this thing where she's just like, did you ever see Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom? Right? There's this scene, and it scared the crap out of me when I was a kid, but the guy's there in the little cage, and all the little cultists are around, and they're chanting, and the head cultist priest dude like reaches in and grabs the dude's heart out of his chest and like rips it out, and it's like bleeding, and then it bursts into flame. That is what Melissa does to you. She did it in Rise from Ruin, and she doubled all the way down in book 2. So yeah, she Kalimas you. She just Kalimas you. That's just what happens. So I guess I'm a literary masochist because I can't wait. I can't wait for it to come out. I can't wait, even though I've already read it in draft form. I can't wait for it to come out. I can't wait to reread it, you know, in its final, fully edited form. And I can't wait for the sequel. I assume it's going to be Nora Sophion again, hopefully. But I can't wait for the audiobook because, man, it was so good. It was so good to listen to, you guys. And a little bit of a personal rant here. The thing about audiobooks that has made me the part of the reason that I've become so attached to audiobooks lately is because my youngest child has dyslexia, and she loves stories. She loves, like, she's a brilliant kid. She's very creative, and she always like really engages with the story. And I told you guys how when we were listening to Rise from Ruin, she started talking about this one like bit part character, like of a little girl. And she's like, well, what happens to the little girl? Wouldn't it be cool if the little girl comes back as an adult and ends up, you know, going to the Tennyson Bonded Training Academy and blah, 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 blah. Like she's so brilliant. I love it. But the thing is, reading with her eyes is always going to be work for her. And she reads well, but it's not fun because it's work, right? But audiobooks, audiobooks like transport her, and I love them. So I have become very invested in trying to make sure as many of my books as possible are available in audio. And I've been very blessed to have publishers who are super supportive of that. Bain is fantastic. Bain's marketing department is really, has really stepped up, especially with, this past year with Mage Light and with Rise from Ruin. And I know that they're actively working on getting an audiobook contract for Plague of Magic and some of the summer fall releases. So anyway, love the audiobooks. If anybody ever tells you that listening to an audiobook doesn't count, remind them of that Homer would like a word, okay? Oral history, oral traditions, oral storytelling is part of what makes us human. So anyway, okay. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'll step off my soapbox now. Let's see, what else am I excited about? Oh, this one's not even next year. This is like right now. My friend Joelle just released Ringer on the sci-fi side of the house, which is a sci-fi coming of age story. You can check my, I think I've got a short on here about that talks about it, new release or whatever, but you can check all my socials if he's, or you could just go to Bain.com and look at the new releases. But Ringer is set in the same world as Joelle's phenomenal Dabre Snake Launcher that came out 2 years ago, two or 3 years ago. And I haven't read Ringer yet, but I'm so excited to, because Joelle is one of those authors who can take a hard sci-fi story with the all the science, all the crunchy science that people who are not me absolutely love, and still weave it into a character-driven, character-centric story about people that I identify with, that I care about, that I'm invested in their success. She's incredibly skilled. And so Ringer just came out. So this isn't even a 26 thing that I'm excited about. This is a right now thing that I'm excited about. So, but yeah. Other than that, I mentioned briefly that Marisa is working all Honorverse all the time. So I don't think I'm authorized to talk about what exactly she's doing, but I have, if you are an Honorverse fan, let me just tell you, you have been waiting a very long time and your patience will soon be rewarded. So that is all that I will say, because I don't want to speak out of turn. Oh man, you guys, it is good. It is good to be here with you. It is good to talk about all these things that I can't wait for. If you're in the replay, first of all, thank you for being Team Replay. Oh, what's up, Keith? Hey, how are you? Thanks, man. You're awesome too. Let me know either in the chat or Team Replay. Let me know in the comments what book is, what works are coming out in, the next year or so that have you super excited, right? Like, let's build these TBRs. Screw it. I'm not afraid of a massive TBR. Let's make this happen. But I love talking about books. I love talking about, what we're excited about. I promised you guys I was going to talk a little bit about marketing. So here's kind of the bottom line, right? What I have always tried to do is focus my marketing towards building community, because at the end of the day, and ever since I first started trying to do this, and it's not necessarily a quick process, right? But I mean, for some people it is, but for me, it hasn't been a quick process. But that's okay, because what I'm looking for is I'm looking for friends. I am looking for friends who are passionate about the same types of stories that I am passionate about, and that, want to really just get together and geek out about this kind of stuff. And that's who you guys are, right? Like, that's who I'm finding. So this year I got on TikTok for the first time. It's kind of funny because I made my husband take me, well, I could go by myself, but we all went as a family to Walmart, and I bought a specific phone specifically for TikTok, and that's all it's got on it, because I don't know, I guess I'm paranoid or whatever. But I have a TikTok phone, and I've started trying. Or I was doing really well posting consistently, and the thing that always throws me off is travel, and that's probably just the way that it's going to be. But getting back on the horse, right? Just as many times you fall down, you get back up, just like Chumbawamba said. But TikTok has been a lot of fun, kind of building a community in that new area. One of the things, so when I wrote Mage Light, I was aware that a story with such a prominent romantic subplot may not appeal to the majority of my audience, right? Especially not the guys who, you're welcome, Angela. I mean, words to live by, right? I get knocked down, I get back up again. So, I was aware that I was branching into new territory for some of that audience, right? And I've been so happy that you guys have been so supportive and have, gone and trusted me enough to read a book with a romantic subplot, especially a reverse harem romantic subplot, right? Like, I know that was pushing the comfort zone for you guys, but you guys are so great. And thank you to everyone who read it and who left a review and who supported me. Even if it's not your favorite, I appreciate you giving it a shot, right? Because that's what I'm trying to build with this community. Is I'm trying to build people who, trust me to tell them a good story, and so we'll give it a chance. So that was amazing, and thank you. And I was so pleased with how many of you guys actually liked it, who are like, yeah, there's a little bit of romance and some, not real like spice, but some spice adjacent situations, I guess, adult situations. But you liked the adventure story, and that was what I was really trying to do with that. So on TikTok, that is where I was trying to reach out to add a lot of the romance fans, some feelings. Yeah. Yeah, there's some feelings, a couple of feelings in the book. But on TikTok, part of the strategy was I was trying to reach out to a lot of the romance and romantasy fans, because again, I think that this is a book that might appeal. And that has been a lot of fun. I've met some great people, continuing to try and grow over there. And just like with the big lesson that I learned over there, right, is that it's really all about engagement, which is why it sucks so much that I've been neglecting this channel as much as I have. So I say this every time, and I appreciate you guys being patient with me, but I'm going to try to do better. I'll try to, maybe do more lives, and posting recorded videos, takes up a lot more time and effort. And I'm not nearly as good as some people like Sarah and Angela who are able to like do that. But I give you guys my best, and here it is. But yeah, so that's one of the things that I learned over there. The bonus to it though was that once you create the TikTok content, you're able to, or at least I have been able to cross-post it to Instagram and Facebook, and then take the video and post the video to X. And my X audience has grown a lot, which I put honestly very little effort into, but I just woke up and it was like, oh snap, I have 1,000 followers. Okay, cool. Let's see if they're actually following me, to buy my books. So I'll let you know. But if you're not following me on those platforms and you'd like to, I'd love to have you. I'd love to have you share my content with other friends of yours and family members of yours and people in your community and your circle that you think would like these types of stories. Because there's always room for more people in the Dragon's Hoard, right? Like, let's all be friends and geek out and, tell cool stories together. So, oh, Keith, you're very kind. I actually met Keith in person at Lit RPG Con too, and that was super fun. Keith is actually, so I met Keith because Keith was a fan of John Stovall, of Demon Card Enforcer, and when Shadowcrow Guardian came out, he read it and was like, oh, I love it. And I was like, great, thank you. I'm so glad, because I was really, really hoping that John's fans would like it. John told such a great story, and I really wanted to do it justice. So, and I'm sorry for those of you who are waiting for Shadowcrow Guardian 2 to come out. It will happen. But again, I got to do the contracted and the paying work first. So, okay. I think that's about all I have. Yes, always room for more. Always room for more friends. There is one of my favorite movies of all time is To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. And John Leguizamo's character has this amazing line when the three characters stop for the night at a motel where there is like a women's professional basketball convention going on. And the desk clerk who checks them in is like, oh, your friends are already here. And Wesley Snipes' character and Patrick Swayze's character kind of look at each other like, wait, what? And John Leguizamo's character has this amazing line where he's like, let's go. Ain't nobody so rich as to turn down friends. And that's how I feel, right? Like, thank you guys for being my friends. Thank you for being part of my community. And I love you so much. So, all right. Yeah. Let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to coming out next year. And let me know like what other kind of content should I put on this channel, right? Like maybe we'll do a little revamp. I don't know. Give me some suggestions. Okay. All right. I'm going to go. Love you. Bye. After I click the button 6 times because I can never find it. There it is.